Mostly New Jersey.
We now return to the exciting conclusion of The Adventures of Harry Flynn.
Halfway through the fight, it dawned on me. I was doing it all wrong. I was trying to pit my brawn against a modern-day Goliath. Time for David to use his slingshot. Ah! Unfortunately, the bouncer had taken my piece. Luckily, I'd planned ahead. I grabbed my shot glass, pressed it into the back of his head, and prayed to anyone who'd listen that he wouldn't catch wise. All right, Patty. Start talking, or the last thing to go through your mind will be my bullet. First things first. What's your name?
Connor McCourt.
Well, Connor McCourt, what happened to all those paintings you stole from the museum?
I don't know.
I was pretty sure he knew, so I pressed the shot glass up against his head harder.
All right, they're at 239 Cape Road, out on Long Crown Shore, in a nice beach house overlooking the sea. I dropped them all off there.
Who hired you?
I don't know, I swear.
Connor?
I swear to God, I don't know. He used a contact. I didn't even get to see the contact's face. He just gave me an envelope with my instructions, that address, and my cut.
Did the contact say anything to you?
No, just gave me the envelope and left.
Anything else?
Well, his shoes were unique.
Unique?
Yeah, very unique.
Thanks, Connor. You've been a big help. Turned his head to the right so he could see me take a shot with what I used to interrogate him. I then got up, got my piece from the bouncer, and walked out of the club. In retrospect, the whole macho shot thing wasn't the best idea, because he caught up with me and proceeded to beat the ever-loving hell out of my car with me in it. Thank God I locked the doors. So after grabbing some coffee and cigs at a gas station and making a quick call, I had my cabbie drive me down to 239 Cape Road. Nice little beach house. Nice little mansion. I made my way up the limestone steps to the ornately carved black oak doors. I'm not much for knocking, so I just let myself in. There were no cars in front of the house and no indicators that anyone was home. Upon inspection of the second floor, I found a well-stocked bar. I made myself at home. I was tasting some particularly delicious 12-year-old scotch when I heard someone behind me. I turned around and almost stuck my face right into a pea shooter.
Can I help you?
At the other end of the pea shooter was a buxom blonde bombshell. No time to appreciate her. Yeah, you can help me. You can show me where those paintings are.
Oh, they're here. Excuse me, I didn't catch your name, Mr.
Flynn. Detective Flynn. And you are?
Verna Baker. Well, Mr. Detective Flynn, I'd offer you a drink, but you already took the liberty. Cigar?
No, thanks. Paintings would be nice.
Well, I'm afraid they're out of season.
Look, Missy, I'm tired of playing games. Show me where those paintings are now.
Very well. Follow me. There. Those tubes have the paintings you're looking for.
All right, hand them over.
Mr. Flynn, I don't know if you're new at this or just naive, but let me give you a pointer. The one with the gun usually gives the orders.
Miss Baker, I do believe you're mistaken. It's not the person with the gun. It's the person with the better gun. And I've got the better gun.
Hold it right there, Detective. Don't be rash.
I knew I'd heard that voice before, only mousier and much, much less confident. I turned around to see the museum curator pointing a gun at my head. All of my focus was devoted to Verna and those paintings. Damn! I knew I should stop drinking on the job. We all looked at each other, guns in hands, for about 3 minutes before anyone said anything. Nice shoes. So, I'm guessing your wife doesn't know about you two, does she? Otherwise, she might not have been too concerned.
You misunderstand, Mr. Flynn. Although Verna is quite beautiful, I didn't solicit her house because of it. I solicited her because of her talents. You see, Miss Verna Baker just happens to be the finest reproduction artist on the eastern seaboard.
This is my workhouse. The sea inspires me to do some of my greatest copy work.
And, by the way, how is that coming along?
I finished the last copy 2 hours ago.
Then you, my dear, have just outlived your usefulness.
What?
My God, man! You've killed her!
It was necessary to keep her quiet. She won't be talking anytime soon.
Yeah, but I mean, really? You couldn't have paid her off or anything?
Oh. Whoops. Boy, that would have been smarter, huh?
You mentioned duplicates. Were you going to hawk them and keep the real ones for yourself?
Yes and no. I wanted to drive up interest in these paintings. Not dollar interest, real human interest. So I decided I would sell the copies on the black market. Meanwhile, possible sightings of the paintings would buzz like wildfire through the art community. Finally, I would purchase back the black market versions, destroy them, and return the originals to the museum. Art lovers from all over would flock here to see these rumored masterpieces.
So you did this all for museum revenue? That's a nice and convoluted way to get rich.
You don't get it at all, do you? I wasn't in it for the money. I was in it for the art. I love that museum as if it were my own child. I nurtured it, I cared for it, I made it beautiful. I didn't do this for money. I did it to save my baby.
All right, I get the motive, I get the means, but there's still one thing I don't understand.
What's that?
Well, it's just... Well, why did you shoot that girl? From what you've told me, that doesn't really fit with your character.
Oh, well, I don't know. Just kind of got into it, you know? Pointing a gun at a detective? Doing forgeries? Guess I just got excited.
You know, the cops aren't going to be too happy.
Cops?
Yeah, after I got the address of this place, I took the liberty of calling the cops as backup. I'm sorry there, but you're probably going away for a long time.
Okay, I'll go with you. I'm sorry, I'm a little jittery. Do you mind if I get some air?
Not at all.
Ah, simply beautiful.
Hey, wait! Damn it, no!
Ah!
William had decided to take a terminal swim. Great. That's going to look wonderful on this case file.
Oh, whoopsie doodle. Looks like I tripped over. Whoa, man, what is that?
I'll tell you on the ride down to the precinct. By the way, could you give me a lift? We rode down to the precinct and I told them all about the case. We called in his wife and told her too. After she was done crying, one of the boys took her home. They sent a crew back down to the beach to search the area for a body. Never found one. I went back to the office to inform my secretary that I was alive, like she'd actually care. I ended the night drinking half a bottle of some crappy liquor the boys in blue gave me for a job well done. Well, sun's almost down. Time for me to hit the sack and get ready for tomorrow when some other grisly crime, confusing heist, or strange murder is slapped on my desk. It's a job.
This has been The Adventures of Harry Flynn, presented by WRKC. This week's episode, The Picture of Innocence, was written by Brandon Leon Gambetta and Lucas Tomasacci. Our cast for this week was Brandon Leon Gambetta as Harry Flynn, Drake Nestor as William Goldberg, the museum curator, the bartender at the side door, and the classy smeller, Brandy George as Deborah the secretary and Miss Verna Baker, Elsbeth Williams as Eva Goldburn and Classy Woman, Lucas Tomasacci as the bouncer at the side door, Connor McCourt, Officer Spinelli, and the announcer. If you'd like to write or perform in The Adventures of Harry Flynn, find us on Facebook. Thank you for listening to The Adventures of Harry Flynn on WRKC, Radio King's College.